Hello, welcome back to Let's Play Star Trek Starfleet Academy as we continue to follow Cadet Forrester's academy career. Last time, in the simulation, we had to reenact Kirk's Balance of Terror original series episode where the Romulans attacked Federation outposts along the neutral zone. And outside the simulation, our crew is outraged at our punishment and our imminent expulsion from the academy um, over the Kobayashi Maru incident. But that also led to Faith Gage walking up claiming that she saw that Brady had the schematics for a bomb that might have been used in the laboratory. Suspicious timing, so obviously we're going to figure out what she's up to. But in the meantime, we've got another of Chekov's famous missions to get through.
Welcome, cadets. You will assist the Roma in an anti-piracy patrol in the Venturi sector. While most of the raiders have been dealt with, some are still active and we have stepped up patrols. Follow the instructions of Captain Trava of the Roma and patrol the Divan, Regent, Alden, and Halvan systems. Good hunting, captains.
Captain's log, Stardate 3410.5. The USS Agincourt is being sent to assist the USS Roma in a patrol of the Divan, Regent, Alden, and Halvan systems. Captain Trava of the Roma will be in charge of the mission, and I hope we can be out and back quickly. My crew is a bit hesitant about taking orders from another captain.
Sir, Captain Trava is hailing us with instructions.
Return the hail, McGee.
Good morning, Captain. Our route will be simple. First, we will warp to the Alphax system to look for the pirate's base. We will then proceed to the Divan system, the Fraconi system, then over the gap to the Regent system. Finally, we will go on to the Alden and the Halvan systems. Our last stop will be the Shendar system. The Roma's superior sensor suite will look for signs of our quarry. You will not use your sensors unless commanded to do so. In this way, the pirates may think we have one ship instead of two. Am I understood, Captain?
Perfectly, Captain Trava.
Then let us be off to the Alphax system. Trava out.
Course laid in, Captain.
Our crew does not like Trava for some reason, which will become really apparent shortly. I will turn off my sensors as she requests. Miss Acton, if you would please bring us to our first patrol point with the Roma. But as far as I know, I don't think you actually have to turn off your sensors for the mission. But then again, it's very buggy, which I will also talk about.
Captain's log, Stardate 3410.7. After a fruitless search of the Alphax system, we have proceeded under communication silence to the Divan system, which has been the site of several Venturi pirate attacks. We are starting our sweep at Divan 7.
Captain, sensors detect one ship firing energy weapons at another between the orbits of Divan 3 and Divan 4.
Sir, Captain Trava reports the Roma has detected a pirate attacking a merchant freighter. Captain Trava is answering the freighter's distress call. Blow hard.
Open a channel, McGee.
Hailing frequencies open, Captain.
This is Captain Faya of the Mother's Pride. We are under attack by Venturi pirates. They have already breached our shield. We urgently need assistance.
This is Captain Trava of the Federation ship USS Roma. We are on our way.
Thank you, Roma. Please hurry. Mother's Pride out.
Captain Forrester, the Roma will warp from here and come out sunward of the pirate and freighter. Take the Agincourt to the other side of the ships.
Course laid in, Captain.
All right, Miss Acton, take us there. Maximum warp. Everyone prepared for red alert when we drop out of warp. Miss Acton, full impulse, bring us about as soon as we drop out of warp. And Gorn, prepare to return weapons
Sir,
fire.
the Venturi refuses to respond to our hails, but we are being hailed by the Roma.
Well done, Captain. The pirates jammed the freighter's plasma vents and left her to overload. We are evacuating her as quickly as we can before coming to assist you. Trava out.
Captain, Agincourt Chief Engineer Robin Brady here. It might not be necessary to evacuate the Mother's Pride.
Why is that, Mr. Brady?
Have them do a dilithium flush. It should shut down the warp drive completely and keep it from blowing up. If you start the flush, you'll know almost immediately if the procedure is working.
Very good, Mr. Brady. I'll try that.
Well done, Robin.
Right, base maneuvers, return fire.
Lower shields repaired.
Ooh, that was a good hit on her.
Aft shield
Bring us
life
around.
support has been hit.
I
Upper
see
shields
their
repaired.
Alright, hit him with disabling phasers. Magia hailed
No
him.
response, Captain. Captain, we're being hailed by the Venturi.
I am Captain Shavar of the Venturi cruiser Retribution. You have damaged us badly, Captain. We have no other option but to surrender.
Stay where you are, and we'll let Captain Trava of the Roma take your surrender. I don't think so, Shavar. I'm not going to be satisfied until I see your ship scattered all over this system. Very well, Captain Shavar. Lower your shields, and we'll take you in tow. Do you need the aid of our medical or damage control team?
Thank you, Captain. We are badly injured. Any help you can provide will be greatly appreciated. Shavar out.
Mr. Corrin, please arrange for a medical team, a repair team, and a security team to beam over to the Retribution.
Message from Roma, sir.
Excellent, Captain. When I arrive, I will place a security team on board and send it back to Starbase. Trava out.
I guess Captain Trava has everything figured out. We'll keep an eye on the prisoner and wait for the Roma.
Alright, full stop. Keep an eye on the Retribution. They've lowered shields. This is why I wanted to be super careful. You may have noticed that while I was engaging the ship. Because sometimes their surrender won't trigger and you'll just blow it up. And then other times, their surrender will trigger, but it will be when you're in the middle of a volley of like phasers or torpedoes. So you'll end up hitting the ship after they've surrendered, which also results in an automatic mission failure. Alright, we can see the Roma is here. Magnify Corrin on the view screen. Hopefully they don't hit us coming in. Swear to God. Okay, there we go. Separation is increasing. They're running around us. Oh, there they are. They're actually below us.
The sensors show that Mr. Brady's procedure has stopped the runaway reaction in the warp core.
Well done, Mr. Brady. Can the Deltans reclaim the ship?
Yes, sir. The Pride isn't going anywhere in warp for some time, but they can fly her to Devon 2 on impulse without any problem.
Captain, Roma is hailing us.
My apologies for being so late, Captain. Apparently, some of our components have some problems at high speeds.
Can the Roma still operate, sir?
Everything is fine. I have an excellent engineering staff. As soon as you are ready, we can continue our patrol. Trava out.
Alright,
Course laid in,
let's
Captain.
go to green alert. Brady, disable sensors again. Again, not that I think it matters. Miss Acton, if you would please engage. You'll notice we're still good on following their orders, right? Still in the clear.
Captain's log, supplemental. We have surveyed the Friconi system and found no trace of the Venturi pirates. While crossing the gap, the Roma called for us to drop out of warp.
Alright, McGee hailed the Roma.
Captain Forrester, we have a serious problem with our antimatter containment field. If we do not shut down immediately, we will self-destruct.
Is there anything we can do, Captain?
Stand by, Captain. If our emergency procedures fail, we'll need to evacuate the Roma very quickly. Trava out.
Alright, now we wait.
Magia, get me Trava! Are they still alive?
It was a near thing, Captain Forrester. My engineers tell me that we can maintain life support, but we are unable to use any other function. Do you have any suggestions on how to proceed?
We'll stay here with you until Starfleet shows up. We'll have to tow you back to Starbase. We'll notify Starfleet and continue the patrol. Can your ship accept a tractor tow?
The explosion did not disturb the hull's integrity. We can be towed without difficulty.
Then Mr. Corrin will establish a tractor beam tow and we will proceed to Starbase.
Can do, Captain.
Given the current capabilities of my ship, Captain Forrester, I think you should command this mission until we get back to Starbase.
Very well, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, there you see the objectives have disappeared. So we should be in the clear, but I've had it pop back as a failed objective. Mr. Brady, bring the sensors online. Core and target the Roma. Miss Acton close with 30% impulse power. Core and engage tractor beam at 1,000 meters separation, or kilometers, whatever the default unit is.
Course laid in, Captain.
Right, Miss Acton, engage.
What the blazes was that? Brady? Sturrock?
Captain, we have come out of warp. We are in the Shindar system.
Captain, every dilithium crystal we have has been forced out of alignment.
Can you fix them, Mr. Brady?
I should have warp ready for you in 10 minutes. In the meantime, we still have impulse power and all other systems are operational.
Captain, there are 2 ships taking up an intercept course to our position.
I'll bet our problem with the crystals was caused by the technology the Venturi stole from beyond the barrier.
Or maybe someone waved a magic wand.
I like Nagia's explanation there. Alright, Corn, release the tractor beam. This act and pivot us to face the opposing ships. Brady, our sensors are online. Okay. Red alert, all hands to battle stations. Nagia, hail the Venturi.
Attention, Federation warships. This is the Yosef of the Venturi cruiser. Gift from the stars. Answer our hails, or we will fire upon you.
This is Captain David Forrester of the Federation Starship Agincourt. Your actions are against the conventions of the United Federation of Planets.
I follow the path of the prelate Alshov. You are trespassing on our sacred star lanes.
We are on an errand of mercy. Our companion ship is damaged and we must get her to her starbase as soon as possible.
According to my sensors, there is nothing wrong with the other ship. That a couple of warp nacelles would not fix. We shall take the other ship as toll to allow your ship safe passage. Please transport the crew of the Roma to your ship and leave the damaged ship behind.
I don't... Very well. Captain Trava, please prepare your crew to be transported to the Agincourt. Be sure to destroy or bring with you all the technical information on the ship. I don't think so, Sfernia. The Federation doesn't pay toll to pirates.
You will deeply regret this action, Captain. Our 2 ships will destroy you, and we will still have the Roma as a prize. Goodbye, Captain.
Captain, apparently the Venturi do not intend to attack because they think we're helpless. I still have 1 fully charged spread of photon torpedoes left. Get 1 of them in my forward sights, and I'll show them just how helpless I am.
Alright, now that we're at red alert. Increase power of the shields. Nope, come on. Decrease power to life support. Increase power of the phasers. Increase power of the photons. You can see our objectives are still good. Alright.
Forward shields have been hit.
Basic maneuvers. Let's go.
Forward shields have been hit. Port side shields have been hit.
Alright, if we get one more good hit on our front.
Forward shields have been hit. Lower shields down to 50%. We've completed repairs on the tractor beams.
Come around, half impulse. Up. Increase separation. That was a little too close there. Okay, bring us around, half impulse. Full volley. Alright. They're done for. Focus on the other Venturi ship. Open fire. get their
No
attention.
response, Captain. No response, Captain.
Half shields have been hit.
All right, that's just the other Venturi ship. All right, they are both dead in the water.
No response, Captain. No response,
Hailed
Captain.
them. No response. Okay, we're still good.
Lower shields repaired.
All right, evasive maneuvers. We can just plink away at them with disabling phasers now. All right.
No response, Captain. No response, Captain.
Captain, the disabled Venturi had just self-destructed.
What? All right. Well, it's not our fault then, right? We take no liability in that. All right, one torpedo.
Lower shields have been hit. Lower shields down to 50%.
There we go.
Lower shields online. Starboard shields have been hit. Starboard shield. Upper shields have been hit. Lower shields are critical, sir.
All right. 2 more torpedoes. All right, evasive maneuvers. Let's not get too carried away here. All right. Bring us around. All right, let's weaken those shields.
Tractor beam, sir.
All right, full impulse. Get us out of here. Oops. Stark, how are they looking at? Hull is at 31%, so we probably can't load them with too many torpedoes, even though that shouldn't be an issue. All right, bring us around. We really need those shields back, Brady. Although we could also use some more warp power too, because I'm sure our energy is not.
Lower shields repaired.
That's and worse. All right, it sounds like he's got our lower shields back online. All right, just blink away at him from here, Mr. Corn.
You got your engines back online, Captain. You can take her into warp anytime now.
All right, he can't scan them appropriately for some reason.
Captain, the disabled Venturi had just self-destructed.
Captain, I have enough crystals realigned to get us out of here.
Course laid in, Captain.
All right, switch phasers back, stand down, yellow alert. Bring us back to the Roma. Full impulse. Corn, prepare to lock a tractor beam on her. We can take power out from the shields now and divert that back into life support. Sorry for making the air so stuffy, but it made our torpedoes go faster or whatever. Anyways, Corn, when we're in range, lock a tractor beam onto the Roma, and then Miss Acton, once we have that tractor lock established, warp us back to Starbase. And hopefully this mission won't bug out for the 8th time. Alright, slow down to half impulse. I'd ask her how she's doing, but I'm afraid to break the mission, so. Alright, Corn, establish a tractor beam lock. Back then, warp us out of here. Alright, we're still good. You'll notice the Venturi ship is here. Alright, I think we got it. Hail Starbase, let them know mission complete.
Hailing frequency open.
Everything is going fine. For mission accomplished, Starfleet.
Congratulations. You have dealt with overwhelming odds in a manner consistent with the best traditions of Starfleet.
Oh my god, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oops, not that it matters much, but we'll save over our file. I don't think these affect our scores at all. And then we're actually going to go right back in. Where is it? Create mission. And we'll just pick Constitution. Okay, I don't. Doesn't matter. Let's just go.
Course laid in, Captain.
So now that the rush is over, now that I don't have to worry about breaking that mission, couple of things. First off, I don't get the animosity our crew has towards the Roma. I think there might have been supposed to be a few more missions with her that we were supposed to play that maybe got cut from the game and the expansion that explains some of that animosity. Um, Likewise, as you'll see reading through these library entries, this mission was supposed to be so much more. Like, we were actually supposed to also tow that freighter to an appropriate system for repairs, I think. But yeah, with that, let's for now just go through the log entries now that I don't have the sword of Damocles hanging over my head as far as whether or not the mission will work. Like I said, it's bugged out. It's I've seen people play this mission without even touching their sensors and just leave them running all the time, and they'll get through it just fine. I've eaten this mission blowing up that first Venturi ship, and he never offered to surrender, and that was just fine. But then for some reason, occasionally the mission would randomly fail you on the following the Roma's orders, either during or after the engagement with the first Venturi, when you warp into the next system where the Roma blows up her nacelles, or when you save the Roma from the Venturi pirates. And I don't know why any of those happen. I assume it might be I'm hailing someone or scanning someone that I wasn't supposed to, so I tried to play very by the book for for this mission. I mean, I even had one case where when I accepted the first Venturi ship's surrender, he just kept flying. Like, he was fully disabled, and he still just kept flying. The Roma went and caught up with him and flagged it, and the scenario flagged it as the Roma having transferred the boarding party, and so her dialogue played, and we went on to the next zone. But the Venturi ship never warped out. It never arrived at Starbase, and then when I tried to go back to pick it up, Starbase ordered issued an immediate recall order, so I was forced to go back to Starbase. And then when I tried to warp back out again, because I had warped to the wrong system the first time, the mission just instantly ended with a triple failure of not following the Roma's orders, firing upon a surrendered ship, and just generally failing the mission. So, and it's like I've done the exact same thing, more or less, all these times. So this is just a very buggy mission. I think this game in general, when it comes to surrendered ships, needs like a 2-second period of either invulnerability or like just not registering you as attacking the ship, just to account for in-flight projectiles at the time of the surrender. But in any case, let's enough of that. Let's go through our library entry. So let's start with the USS Roma. The Roma, registry number NCC 1701, I think someone screwed up a little bit there, was built in the littoral shipyards orbiting Nova Italia in 2285. It was the flagship of Battle Group 3 during the Venturi incident. Its only commander has been Captain Ambi Treva. So, from this, it sounds like the Venturi scenario that the Academy has been putting us through is actually based on real events, and Treva was at the head of those. NCC 1701, that's probably an oversight, like someone just giving these ships random registry numbers in like a certain range and just didn't realize that they gave it the Enterprise's registry number. I do like the theming here. The Roma, there was an Italian battleship called the Roma actually in World War II. The littoral shipyards. Littoral was, I believe, another Italian battleship, and I think it's like a city or something. It must be, right, that they named after it, because like Roma is obviously named for Rome. And then, of course, this was all on Nova Italia, or New Italy. So we have Ambi Treva, a distinguished graduate of Starfleet Academy. She has had a number of commands and is currently captain of the Excelsior-class starship Roma. Excelsior-class starship. A heavily armed and shielded starship, the Excelsior-class is the largest starship currently in operation within Starfleet. The first of the series, the Excelsior, was fitted with a transwarp drive in 2285, but because of technical difficulties, the Excelsior class is currently fitted with standard warp drive. And we can actually look up the USS Agincourt too, maybe? Nope, they don't have us in the database. So we'll start. Actually, oh, you can't look up that Elton freighter, and I don't think you can look up the captain either. All right, that's fair. So let's start with the Devon system. The Devon system consists of a Class K main sequence star and 7 known planets. The third planet, known as Albigad, has been a Deltan colony for 35 standard terrestrial years. There's also a Deltan mining colony on the fifth moon of Devon 4, a large gas giant whose orbit skirts the extreme edge of the biosphere of the system. There are very few known navigation hazards in this system. Unlike most systems, there are no major asteroid belts. There are no shipyard facilities in this system. Deltans. Deltans are a humanoid race of beings from the planet Delta 4. Deltans have a characteristically bald head and are known for their highly developed sexuality. Each Deltan, when entering Starfleet, must take on an oath of celibacy so that they will not confuse what they consider sexually inferior species. That sounds like outright discrimination to me. I don't know what that's on about. Um, but I do know that comes from the first Star Trek movie, the motion picture. Gene Roddenberry had some ideas about sex, though. And I think that's ultimately where this comes from. I haven't watched the motion picture in forever, so I can't comment on the Deltans specifically, but I do know, like, his original vision for the Ferengi, for example. Like, he was going to contrive this reason where, like, even though they were this misogynistic, this narcissistic race, women would still love to be with them. And that reason, they had a horse-sized dick. That's literally, that's it. And eventually, someone talked him out of it, being like, "Hey, this is a primetime show. You can't show dicks on TV. We can't talk about dicks on TV." And he's like, "Oh, I guess you're right." But that just seems like some obsession of his. But anyways, Fraconi system. A stellar system consisting of one central blue-white Class B giant star and two main sequence Type G stars that orbit it and each other. Astrophysicists speculate that the Type G suns may have been wanderers caught by the overwhelming gravity of Fraconi. The subsidiary suns are known as Fraconi Delta and Fraconi Gamma. Ships exploring and observing the system are warned to be very careful of the fierce stellar activity evidenced by the three stars. The interstellar phenomena known as the gap may be a result of these gravitational stresses. The gap. A minor rift in the galactic arm, the gap is simply a phenomena caused by the lack of stars in a radius of several hundred parsecs. The presence of the supergiant star Fraconi on the edge of the gap has led certain Federation scientists to hypothesize that gravitational stresses may have had a part in forming this phenomena, but there is currently insufficient information to verify this hypothesis. And we have the Regent system. Excuse me. The Regent system consists of a Class K orange giant sun and 12 planets, with 2 asteroid belts. There is a human colony on Regent 3 and a Tellarite colony on Regent 4. Both colonies have been in existence for over 100 years, and the populations of both planets are mixed between these two races and the Andorians who are mining the asteroid belts. Gloriana, the capital of Region 3, is one of the largest colony cities in the sector and is considered very cosmopolitan. There are no naval facilities or orbital shipyards capable of handling more than an inter-system freighter, though such facilities are being planned. Andorians, a member race of the Federation noted for their antenna-like sensory organs and their blue skin pigmentation. Tellarites, a race which joined the United Federation of Planets several decades ago. Tellarites are considered aggressive by Federation standards and have had numerous conflicts with other Federation members. We do have an article on Albigad. The Deltan colony, Albigad, is an example of the drastic terraforming measures practiced before the current Federation ecological preservation policy was formed. Deltan planetary engineers used orbital bombardment with ice asteroids and extreme tractor manipulation of the planetary plates to induce the terraforming that turned the planet into a virtual duplicate of Delta. Okay, there we go. Oh, they dropped the H, or they moved it around. So that's one thing, is from how it's spelled in the mission objectives versus how it's spelled in the library. And I didn't take screenshots of dialogue, so I can't comment on that at this exact moment, but they didn't even consistently get that spelled right. A planetary system in the Venturi sector. It consists of 8 planets and an asteroid belt orbiting a Class K star, Aldan. Aldan 3, also known as Duroc, is a Vulcan colony mostly established to study the conflicting silicon based and carbon based life forms that are unique to the planet. Let's see. We don't have any information on the colony, but we do have this brief little article on the Vulcans, one of the most prominent members of the Federation, a society devoted to logic and pacifism. The concept of the edict is only one of their contributions to galactic philosophy. Prominent Vulcans include Sarek, Surak, T'Pau, and Captain Spock. The warlike Romulans are an offshoot of the Vulcans who became independent from their home planet before it was pacified by the logical philosophy of Surak. Now we have 2 systems left, starting with the Halvan system, a planetary system in the Venturi sector. It consists of 5 planets and 2 asteroid belts orbiting a Class K orange subdwarf star, Havlan, or Halvan. Halvan 2, also known as Destrol, has been a human colony, Destoil, no R in there, has been a human colony for over 50 years and has a population of over 50,000. It is primarily agrarian, with Andorian miners in the first asteroid belt supplying most of their metal needs. Most industry is performed in orbital factories, and only finished products are received on the planet. There are no shipyard facilities capable of dealing with a warp drive vessel in this system. And Shendar. The Shendar system consists of a Red Class M main sequence primary, 5 planets, and 2 asteroid belts. There are no inhabitable planets in its biozone, and the asteroid belts are not mined consistently, though Andorian prospectors have surveyed them several times. There is a great quantity of debris in this system. Caution should be taken when traversing it. A course to the galactic north of the plane of elliptic is recommended as having the least debris. Noticing some trends here. One, you'll notice that every inhabited system had a note on their shipyard capabilities, and that's combined with some of the dialogue in the mission where Brady's like, "Oh, they can't go to war, but they can limp back to Delta 2." I think that was kind of put in last minute, and originally Delta, or that Deltan colony um was supposed to not have the capabilities to repair them. So we would have had to ferry them via tractor beam to a colony that had shipyards, which was, I forget which one, but there's one that briefly mentions, oh, they can't handle anything bigger than an inter-system freighter. And it's like, well, that's the only option in the sector. But also, the Andorians always seem to be the ones ending up mining. If anything, and I'm playing in the stereotypes here, I would think the Tellarites would be the ones doing the mining, pig dwarfs and all, but I find it funny that it's always an Andorian mining colony supplying these human and Taurite colonies, which looks a little suspicious from the outside. Like, maybe a lower class mining. Like, I know it's obviously not meant that way, because this is the Federation, this is the Gene Roddenberry era, where everything's this idyllic, tranquil, peaceful future. But I can't help but notice how consistently the Andorians end up being laborers while everyone else just kind of chills on the planet. In any case, I think that's all really all the relevant entries, I think, as far as I can think of. So I think we're going to end the scenario here.
Hailing
Everything mission.
We're not going to listen to Ruthrope be angry because we didn't jump to the other system and blow up the ship. That's fine. So yeah, I think we're going to leave it off there, and I can't wait to figure more about the figure out more about the bombing next time. Hopefully, Faith can cue us in on some stuff. But until then, thank you all for watching, and stay tuned for next time. And stay safe out there. And we'll see you then.